So, what are we doing today?
I'm going to show you all your mess ups.
Of course you are.
So you realize you have these spindles going through your
Yes,
belt?
don't point that out. People notice it, I'm sure. It's fine. Show me the
One more thing.
train. Show me the
One more thing.
trains.
One more thing before we get into trains.
All right.
This is really ugly.
What?
You see how you have this big power thingy
In the middle
rotated
of...
the wrong way?
Yeah.
It's bothering me.
So move it.
No, I'm fine. This is your world, not mine.
Okay. So, do you want to explain what you did first? With the
What do you mean?
blueprints?
Well, what are we doing?
Trains.
Yeah, but where?
So, this is what I was thinking. In the middle here, we're going to have some kind of probably four-way going through somehow to south, north, west, east, something like that. And I'm going to have a train station, at least 2-3 train stations that are going to pick up stuff. So I want Caterium from probably the southeast, and then I want my plastic and my rubber from the northeast.
Okay, so question for you then.
Yes, where are you?
Where are you putting your train stations?
I'm not sure. I was gonna kind of give you the liberty of figuring that out.
These things are huge.
All right, so I'm thinking the one with the rubber and the plastic will go somewhere over here. It has to, because it's gonna go through there, and we want it to come this way, because I want it to come through an opening over on this end and kind of do a circle. So anywhere over on this side could be the train station for that. And then I guess the Caterium could go sort of in the middle area or down towards the other end. It doesn't matter. The Caterium's just kind of the afterthought, but that's how I want to see how you use the block signals and all that stuff. So might get a little complicated. So go ahead.
That's fine. So I set up a blueprint for you.
Yep.
This will be one that you should probably use
Okay.
for the rest of your series, at least a version of this.
Yep. I want it all to be uniform.
So what this is, it's a train highway network. And this is just the top of it. You'll have to extend the foundations down lower if you want it touching the ground.
That's easy enough.
But basically this is a blueprint where you can connect your rail lines together using the blueprint auto connect feature.
That you showed me how to use in the last episode.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If you like this design, which you said you did,
I did.
we'll go with it.
Yes.
And this is what you'll use for your main railroad highway system.
Okay.
And then you told me you wanted to go through an arch over there. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to show you how I do this once, and then you're going to do the rest because it's your video.
No, it's your video. It's your video on my channel, and I'm watching you. Come on.
Okay. Well, I'm going to start here.
All right. I'm backing up.
I'm going to line it up to the edge.
Okay.
I'm going to press H. I'm going to page down. And it's not perfectly centered. So I'm going to bump it over till it is.
Okay.
Got it?
So it's about 2... A little beyond 2. I see it. Okay.
It's a 2x2.
2x2.
So I'll place it. And then I'll switch to Blueprint Auto Connect mode.
Okay.
You showed that in your last video, I hope.
Yes, I did.
Okay, good. So, we want to go... Train tracks roughly go about 11 or 12 foundations long. It's somewhere around there. So we're going to go forward, I think, 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay.
I'll delete the 2 you're standing on.
Thank you. Of course. I'll swim back. It happens to me all the time. But usually I do it on my own accord, not, but it's fine. It's fine. I was getting a little warm. I needed a little cooling off in the water. It's fine.
I'll wait for you to get back over here.
Yeah, hence fast forward the video. Ugh. Okie doke.
So I don't know if you know this trick, but if you press F to dismantle, you can switch to blueprint mode.
Yes.
I can highlight the blueprint and middle mouse click, and I got my blueprint.
Okay, perfect. All right, let me move out of the way. There we go.
I have my blueprint mode set to blueprint auto connect.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to click once if I like where it's at. And now you see the railroad is dragging with it. See that?
Nice, okay.
So now I'll set it down towards the end again. Using my same method, age, page down, and then center it.
Okay.
And boom. And that's how you set up a railroad highway really easily. Now you can do curves with this too, but we'll have to set that up with foundations first.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to set up a few of these. You can go and remove the foundations they're sitting on if you don't like them.
Okay.
But I'll run through this one real quick. So these railroads are floating technically, but these railroads are also super industrial.
Yes.
So
I think they'll be fine.
I just go with it. Well, yeah, if you like what this is, I will continue going.
Yeah, continue going. And then when we get up to the curve, I will show everybody what we're doing when we get to the curve. I guess we're going to start curving soon, huh?
Yep, because the archway is right over there, so we might as well get the curve moving.
Sounds good.
I'll try to do like a 45-degree curve for now, and then we'll do another 45-degree curve after that. Hopefully this is far enough. We'll find out.
Okay, sounds good.
But, alright, so I'm going to sit one on top, rotate it 45, and zoop it. And then we want one on the bottom here.
Okay.
I'm going to go forward a couple more. I'm comfortable with that. And so we'll get the blueprint, auto connect. And I'm going to try, I think it's on this side we want. Oh, I did not like that.
Yeah, it's a funky.
Okay. That is a weird curve.
It is a weird curve.
Let's see if I can push it forward more. That's about as far as I can push it. That's okay. That's why we have the H snap feature. Because we can get it to a point
there you
where
go.
we like it.
Where it turned blue looked pretty good.
Well, I'll bring it back a little bit so it's a much more smooth curve.
Yeah, that definitely looks good. Much better than it did. Yes.
I set the 45-degree angle so that I can turn it 45 degrees, you see?
Yes.
So if you like this position, I will drop it.
Yep, I like that.
Now we can go again. But I'm going to delete these extra foundations that I don't need. Or maybe we'll go straight on this one. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that might be good.
So I'll go forward 12 with the foundations. So I have somewhere to mark.
Okay.
Then I'll grab and snap to the end. There we go. And then I think we could do 2 45s now to get under that arch. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
Definitely.
And then we'll do the same thing here. Get it to where we like the curve. You technically don't have to do what I did, but...
No, I think it works well doing it this way.
What do you think of that?
That looks good.
Now, if we want a consistent curve, we'll do the same exact thing I just did.
Yeah, I think you have to because it's going to almost curve in as we came past the arch.
Yep.
Which is okay. I don't mind it.
No, we're not past the arch at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't trust me.
Hey, listen, I'm just watching. Ooh, and yawning apparently too. Not that I find you boring at all. No.
Wow.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Did you hear that?
It's
Grotto
fine.
thinks I'm boring.
Not at all. Now you would go past the arch by a lot.
Yeah, I see that.
So that's what I meant by you were going to pass the arch. Unless you come back in and curve straight. Come back in more.
Yeah, it's all trial and error.
Yep.
What about that?
A little bit more, can you? Let's see what we get when we get back.
Oh, we can curve it to center.
Okay. All right. Then if you think that's a good spot, let's go. I think that will be fine then.
I don't want such a sharp turn here.
Right. I gotcha. Gotcha.
So now we want to center this a little bit better. So I'll go ahead like 5. Bump it over like 3. And go ahead another 5.
Here, let me get an overview again. And then T. There we go. Oh, I really should have turned off the fog. Hold on. There we go. Oh, and let me set the time of day. Mods, they help.
Oh,
I
they
wish
help a
they
lot.
had. I wish they had the time of day for us, but they 1.1 did not give us the time of day, so that kind of sucks.
ready?
But yep, I'm ready. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'll snap this to the end of here. And there you go. It just curves underneath it.
Oh,
no problem.
Nice. I like that. I got a lot of tree trimming to do, huh?
Yep. And I'm going to leave that up to you.
Of course, I'll do that. After the video is over, I will clean it all up, and then I'll give them a ride on the train, obviously when the trees are trimmed.
Yep. Now, if you want to see how I go vertical, I can show you.
Let's do that.
So I kind of want a smooth transition up. So I just did 1 meter ramps there, and I put one at the top. And then I will just, connect. And I'll just do the same thing. Go to the end, snap it to my flat foundation at the top. And it'll automatically take care of the vertical part for me.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And then I'll just delete these ramps because they look bad right now.
All right. We're actually going to curve to the north again, actually.
That's fine.
Yep.
I'm just showing you how you can get up a little higher.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I like that.
See how nice and smooth that curve is?
Yes.
So, okay, I see the building. I know where I'm going.
Okay.
We'll do another 45 towards that way. What do you think?
Yeah. Perfect.
Because that should get us right where we need to be as well.
It's almost perfect. I think we actually have to go up a little. Are we going to hit that mushroomy thing there?
We're going to bump it out to the right, so we'll be fine.
Okay. And I think also the building's a little bit higher as well.
Yep, we can go up anytime.
Okay.
I'll just snap it to the end here, drop it so it's level, and then this is where we can decide how far out we want to kick it.
Okay.
So let's go. Yeah, see, we could avoid that whole tree if you really wanted to.
I don't think we need to.
We could do that.
But yeah, yeah, if you want to. And then it'll kind of be nice anyway to have like a little bit more of a... Are we going to hit this mushroom too much with the train? Is it tall enough? It might be tall enough. I don't know.
Oh, that mushroom back there?
Yeah.
Well, there's an easy way to check. The train is about 2.5 foundations tall, approximately. Not exactly, but approximately.
Okay.
So 1, 2... Oh, we clear 3.
Okay.
We're good.
Good, perfect. That'll be nice then coming through that way. Okay.
We're about 2 3/4.
Okay.
Should be good.
Perfect.
So, yeah, I'll try to line up with... Damn it.
Did you fall?
No.
We all seem to have that issue sometimes. Me more than normal people, but yeah. Would it... Okay. My thought would be, would it be easier to set up the train station above there and backtrack, or no?
Well, see, we're not actually going to connect this highway to the building.
Oh.
This highway is supposed to remain separate from all your train stations.
So they're just going to be like an exit and entrance.
Yes.
There you go. I did not know that.
Now, I'm hoping I can get this pushed over far enough. So I don't want to have to do another curve, but we might have to. I don't know.
So this is going to be your exit ramp?
No.
No. Okay.
No, I'm gonna bring the train nearby the building.
Okay.
And then we'll have to make a separate entrance and exit onto it.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes. I was not sure, so now I understand a little bit better.
Yeah. Actually, setting up the train station's the annoying part.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to do another 45 curve. We could do a smaller curve if you wanted to, but it's harder to get back onto the grid. But if you don't care, then I don't care.
I don't care. I actually like that it kind of swings around and it's like a smooth, like little ride. It's, you know, it's more than just getting from place to place, but it's enjoying how you're getting there. And you can see all the nice scenery around it. It's really nice.
Well, that's what this is. It's supposed to be a smooth ride.
Mm-hmm.
It's when you get to the train stations that it might not get as smooth.
Okay.
We'll try, but it's not easy. So, that's actually not a bad curve already.
No, it's not.
But we'll bump it out a little bit further so it's smoother. Like maybe there.
Okay. And then you're going to bring the other one up and on?
What?
The other one is going to come up and in? Like...
We'll have to make a separate ramp and all that. So I made this section a little shorter because I need to prepare for a curve. This might be a harsh turn, but we'll figure it out. We're going to do a 90-degree turn here.
All right, I'm going to...
So I'm going out 6 and to the right 6.
Isn't that going to be too high to get up to the top?
That's a problem for future us.
Okay.
Alright, so this is saying the railroad track turns too sharply.
Okay.
So we're going to have to make some adjustments. Oh, that's because I have it backwards.
I was going to say they look twisted.
Yeah, they were backwards.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, because that made no sense.
Too.
Yep.
See, now this is saying it's fine.
Yep.
It's a bit of a sharper turn. You good with that?
Yeah, or you could go smoother if you want. Whatever you think. Because we definitely have the room. I'm not too worried.
I need to bump it forward. Try to find that nice balance point. That looks pretty balanced to me.
Yep.
Okay. And then the highway is literally just going to continue this way. I'm not going to finish out the highway that way. I'll just add one more section.
Okay.
This is where you will have to do it later on your own.
That's fair enough. And I'm going to have to bring it back into the thing to do the curve.
What do you mean?
I'm going to have to finish it to make it go all the way around.
Yeah, but you don't need to do it immediately.
Okay.
We'll set this up so you don't have to worry about that.
Oh, I could do it later. Okay.
Yeah. So, where you got to get up there somehow.
Right.
I see you got a staircase over there. So we're going to start planning at the top of that building.
Okay, I'm coming with you.
Yeah, so there's a formula that you can use to determine how many cargo trains you need.
Okay.
But since we're dealing with such small numbers, we don't need to worry about it. One cargo station should be enough.
Yeah, that's fine, and we could add to it as we go along. I made the surface quite large, so... And obviously I can expand it if I expand my... Enterprise downstairs, yeah.
So, train station.
Yep.
With the highway system, you will always have a one-way train. It will never be a two-way train.
Okay.
So we'll put one train station at the end.
And the arrow has to point away from it?
It doesn't matter, you have to be consistent.
Okay.
Like, you just have to know which way you need to enter from.
Okay.
I put it away since our trains are on the other side. I just need plastic. I'm grabbing some plastic.
Yep. Alright, so this arrow was pointed towards the east, actually. And our trains are coming in from the west.
Yeah, I would just setting it up so it's a lot easier
well,
when
I
try to bring the trains in.
I know when you do a loop, it doesn't matter as long as the arrow's going around in the same circle. But when you do the back and forth with one train, it makes a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, so when you do a two-way train, you have to have a train station on both sides.
Yes.
And they have to face away from each other.
Away from each other, okay.
So the freight platform will be for solid freights like plastic and rubber. I'm going to face it on this side.
Yes, that's the way I wanted it, because it'll probably come down over that side anyway, so...
And that's really all we need for this train station.
Because that's going to be just the plastic and just the rubber.
Yep. So what I'll do... We're going to set up an entrance and an exit. And we have to set up both. I just want to figure out where I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Okay.
What's the matter?
I just have to push it over here a little bit.
I might be in the way, so I might have to move. Let me come on this side.
Well, I'll just put this ramp down here until I meet up with the level.
Okay.
So then we have something easier to work with, you know?
Right. And those 2-meter ramps?
These are 2-meter ramps, yeah. They'll be pretty steep, but it's fine. The annoying part is actually going to be when we get to the bottom here.
Uh-huh.
Because I need a 1-meter ramp at the bottom, but I don't want to use a 1-meter ramp.
Oh.
So I just did this instead.
Okay, that works.
If you come down here.
Yep, I see it. I see the,
Okay.
I'm in the photo mode, so everybody could see the overview a little better. But yeah, they could see what you did there.
Yeah. I don't know if this is going to be enough room. I might need to push the train station back, but we'll try it without.
Okay.
I'm going to delete 2 railings here. And what I like to do with railways when I get to a ledge like this is I'll start at the edge of a foundation. And then I'll go down to the edge of the foundation. Now for 2 meters, it kind of gets a little funky, but that's about the best you can do. You can shrink it up a little bit, but then it's a really jarring transition.
Right.
So I'll take the funky look with a smooth transition over anything.
Right. Okay.
So we're going to come up on the right side here. I can just connect that straight in. Now that I'm looking at this, I might reverse the freight stations.
Put them on the other side
Yep.
to give yourself more space.
Well, because I got this train track on this side here. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
I have this one over here. So I'll bring this.
And that one's going to go around
Yeah.
in case I need to pick up something somewhere else.
But the other problem with this is you can only make... It's too sharp of a turn, and I knew that was going to be a problem.
Oh, this was going to loop around the outside. I gotcha.
Yeah. So I'm going to kind of kick this out and then loop around. See how I did that?
Yep.
And then I can connect. So I have the connections ready.
Gotcha.
Now I just come down the hill. Of course. This is where it's a little more manual.
Right. But as long as you
But
stay
it's
into the center of those, they're the right amount apart, so.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to give myself a little bit more room out here.
Okay.
Because I can make a nice smooth transition down here. Don't need to go that far. That's fine. And that's pretty nice and smooth. We'll delete all these foundations later. Maybe put like 1 pillar under it or something.
Okay. Sounds good.
So now we have to connect into our tracks. I don't know where you're... Oh, there you are.
I just moved my things so to get my camera angle in here for everybody to see.
Yep. Now this is directional. We have to keep in mind directions.
Okay.
So turning this way isn't going to be easy. Because you can see it's too sharp.
Right.
We're going to extend this straight a little bit. In fact, I could do... Yeah, I'm going to delete this because I could actually do one of the blueprints. And that way it actually looks better.
Oh, okay. And then we could put the post right there.
Yep. We can just connect this to these. And then it gives us a little bit more room to actually make this junction work.
Okay.
But we have... This is such a weird angle, so it's really hard to work with this.
I know junctions are not my strong suit, that's for sure. And I have no idea how to do it. You always do our trains in our worlds, so... And I just simply put in trains not very nicely. And I'm learning how to put in trains much better now.
Yeah, I gotta give myself some more foundations to work with here.
Yeah, I'll probably have to watch my own video just to catch up when I need to do it again.
Yeah. So I'm guessing I can make this curve. So you gotta think about this like you're driving on a highway, right?
Uh-huh.
This side is gonna go to the right. So it's gonna go this way. You're driving on the right side of the road.
Okay.
And then this train's gonna go this way.
So that's coming and that's going. Okay.
Yeah. You can cross tracks, that's fine. But you gotta set up your junction the right way.
Okay.
So I'm going to start maybe about in the middle of this one here.
Okay.
And try to make a turn. It's going to be really sharp, but I'm going to try to make the turn anyways. And then we want to connect it here. I want to start from this side. And there we go.
So that's going to come in and wrap into there.
That's how you come in. Yes. But this is just one side to come in.
Right.
So the other side, we want to connect to the same track, but it's on the opposite end. See that?
Oh, okay.
So you can cross tracks like this. It's fine. We'll make it work.
So if I'm driving down the road and I'm going this way, I can get off this way, or I can get off this way. I got it.
Yeah.
Okay. But now I have to leave the station.
Yep. And that's a little bit of a different story.
Okay.
But like I said, we can cross paths.
Okay.
That is what path junctions are for. I'm just giving myself a little extra room here.
Yep.
So we want to get on this way.
Yeah.
And we want to get on this way.
Right.
So I think the easiest way we can handle that, and we can make it smooth, if we start over here and try to come across and make a good point. And I think right here is probably a good one.
Okay.
Now I just want to make sure we're not cutting into the blueprint, which we are. So either we have to modify the blueprint or get rid of the rail, whatever you want to do.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Can we move the rail back just a little bit further?
Like, what do you mean?
This rail right here, where you started. With that, or move this one out just a little bit, or are you trying to keep it, like, tighter?
Well, it depends on the blueprint. If I want to, I can try to come back out further. I fucking fell.
I was thinking, like, maybe you can make this platform an extra one, and it just comes over a little bit further from the blueprint.
Oh, you mean set it out further?
Just a little bit.
Like out here?
Yep, and then we could still leave that blueprint there, and then curve it in a little bit further apart.
That might be better.
Yeah.
That might be better for the other side.
And it doesn't touch the
clearing it?
Yep.
Okay. So I'll set it there then.
Perfect. Yep. That's good.
And then I'll have this connect to here.
Oh yeah, that gives it a little bit more room to breathe.
And then here, we don't care what happens. We can cross the tracks. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
I will actually connect it to the same exact point that this one's connected to. Right there.
Okay.
And we can cross the tracks. No problem.
Wow. See, I didn't know you could cross the tracks like that.
Yes. So that is your entrance and exit into the station. So the way this is going to work is you need path signals.
Okay.
So if you open up your queue menu, there's block and path signal.
Hold on, let me get back. Come over to you. All right. So how do I do this? Queue? Oh, when I get the train, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, you can start setting it up now. So I have a path signal. They're slightly different. I'll show you the differences between them.
Okay.
Okay. And in fact, I'm fine leaving it like this. So you can see the block signal is a little thinner at the top. The path signal is a little fatter at the top. You see it?
Yep.
So that's how you can tell. So block signals are great. You can have multiple trains on the same track. Path signals allow you to navigate these kind of crazy intersections.
Okay.
So for a path signal, you have to put it at the entrance, at every entrance.
Okay.
So we need one here, we need one there, and the last entrance is here. That's your path. Now, it's blinking. You can actually access it and figure out what it's saying. It says signal loops into itself. There's two possible reasons this might happen. One, this might be too close to each other.
Okay.
Or two, we just don't have all the block paths. So you need a block signal at the end of your intersection.
Oh.
Make sense?
Yeah.
And we need one here. And when you're putting down these signals, make sure the arrow's facing the right way.
Okay. Oh, no, that's green saying you can go, right? And the other side saying not to go.
Yeah, because that's a do not enter side.
So it got rid of the exclamation points.
Yes, except on a couple of them. Oh, okay. I can actually explain this. So the path signals are fine. See, they're not blinking anymore.
Right.
The block signals are blinking.
Okay.
But only at the ends. And I'll show you why.
Okay.
So I'm going to grab this block signal and I'm going to put another one down here. That cleared this block signal back here.
Right.
So this one's working, but that one is no longer working because it does not detect a place to stop.
Oh.
So it's giving you an error because it doesn't know where the next block signal is or where the train can stop.
Okay. So how do you fix
Makes
that?
sense?
Yeah, how do you fix that?
Well, you just put another block signal down.
Oh, okay.
So you just continue the block signal chain. But since this train track isn't connected to anything else, we'll never fix this problem until we connect it to the rest of the highway.
Okay. Oh, gotcha. Because it can't find it because it's not there. It doesn't exist. Right.
It doesn't have a path.
And this one too, right now?
So this one, we'll put another one down here. And you'll see, just stay back there and watch that one.
Okay.
Okay? When I put this one down, it turns green.
Yep.
Okay.
Now
So,
that one's blinking.
That one can't find a path to stop.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
And since we're only going to have one train going up to that train station, we don't need another block signal.
Okay.
But what I am going to do, and this is crucial, we have a path signal here, right?
Yep.
This path signal always remains red. And then when a train gets into the section, it checks all sections that the path is crossing.
Okay.
And if there is no train in it at all, it will allow the one side to go. If there is a train, it will just stay red.
Okay, so it can't move. Okay.
Yes. So, we have an issue with this section here. Our block signal is here. So once our train enters this section, that intersection is not usable.
Oh, okay.
Until we get past the train station and come back around.
Oh, wow. So it's just going to stop
Makes
all
sense?
traffic. Yeah.
Yes. So, one way to fix that, we get a block signal, and we put it here.
So it'll stop it from here and not the main train station. I mean, the train... highway.
Yeah. The only time this path signal will activate is when a train passes this block signal.
So it's got to be in between the two, and that means it's right in the area. Okay.
So I may have put this too close, so the train will try to slow down.
Okay.
So we can always back that up if we want to.
All right, so that's why that one's red and that one's red?
Well, that one's red. The back side will always show red because it's saying you cannot go this way at all.
Oh, okay. There's no way to go that way.
Yeah.
And
this
it's
one
green
will
this way.
remain green unless there's a train in there.
Got you. Okay, because it's only going in that direction. It's never going to go in this direction.
Correct.
I got you. Okay.
So if you want to power up this train station, I can kind of show you.
Okay.
What's
I'll
going
get some
on.
power.
Okay, hop in the back caboose. You don't have to drive, it's connected. Alright, I'm going to show you a couple things here.
Okay.
Why won't it let me go? Oh, because you got in last. Okay. So the last person is the one that controls the train that gets in.
Okay.
Alright.
How are you controlling this, though?
W and S.
I mean, so you overran it or whatever?
I got out and then I got back in.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. That makes sense.
This block signal saying, yep, you're clear to go.
Gotcha.
This is only when trains are automatic, but the path signal up there is saying you are not clear to go.
Okay.
As soon as I cross this block signal,
Yep.
that should turn green. I stand corrected.
It didn't.
This might be only for auto trains. That might be what it is.
Okay, so we have to really set up another train station
We
at
have
the
to set
main...
up another train station to see this actually work.
Okay, so why don't we drive over there with our trains, because we got it all the way to a certain point.
Yeah.
And then we
Yeah.
can set up a train station and we'll go from there. Because then we could also set up the automatic and see if that works
Yep.
on its own. Okay, that sounds like a plan.
Yep, we'll
We'll
set
be
that
right
up.
back.
Here, we can drive this train track. It's pretty nice. So, if you don't have buffer stops, this is what's going to happen.
Which makes sense.
Yep.
Completely.
And you can just re-rail the train. It's not a big deal.
Oh, how'd you do that? You just clicked on it and it said re-rail?
Yeah, I'll drive it off again so you can see.
Alright, and then tell me what to do.
And derailed again. It's derailed.
Oh, it's already derailed?
Yeah.
Oh, so all I have to do is click E and it just does it.
Yep.
And it re-rails. Okay, perfect. That's easy enough. So it's not that bad if it derails, right?
No. Nope, it's not bad. So we're just going to set up a temporary kind of test track here. Just so we can see it in action. Sound good?
Yep.
So I don't need anything but the train station.
To be... Oh, this need power too?
Nope. They
Okay.
all connect to power once one of them is powered.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay. Now that we're connected, get back in the back caboose and I'll set up the auto train.
Okie doke.
And it should work.
Alright.
In theory, it should work.
Should work.
So, to set up the auto train, you hit Q to open the train menu. Can you do that too?
If I hit Q, yes, there we go.
Okay, I'm going to walk you through it till you do this.
Sounds
Click on
good.
Edit Timetable.
Edit timetable.
Yep. And then just hover over the two stations and hit plus on both of them.
Got it.
Then hit Save Changes.
Save.
And then hit Turn on Self-Driving.
Got it.
And now the train will drive itself.
Alright, perfect.
So, you will see this work with the path
Woo,
signals.
it's quite fast.
Yeah, it's going to go the fastest it can go.
Okay.
But you'll see we might not have put a block signal on the front of this one, so it's probably holding the path for us.
Okay.
But we'll have to add block signals later. So block signals are used for straightaways. Path signals are used for intersections. Keep that in mind.
That's good to know. Okay. Gotta cut those trees.
But you can see we clear that mushroom, no problem.
Yes.
Alright,
Alright.
so the path signal worked. Or
That's
green.
green. Whoa, that's a tight turn. Tight turn.
Yeah, it is a bit of a tight turn. We can always back it up too. And then the train will stop in the station and load or unload whatever we have it set to. But we
Which-
only have two cabooses, so it can't do anything.
Right.
But we'll see what happens when we actually take this path after it's done docking.
Okay.
And here we go, taking the loop.
There we go. So let's
And then
see
you'll
if this
watch
changes.
this train slow down. It's trying to slow down because it hasn't been given the signal to go yet.
Okay.
Until we passed here, we got the signal to go.
There it goes. Okay, perfect.
And that is how that works.
Nice, okay.
So now that we have that, we can actually set up the four-way junction over here.
All right, sounds good.
Did you...
remember we were going to
I know we made a temporary plan to
put them
go
up through
that.
there.
So we want the intersection here, right?
Right. And then we got enough space in there to kind of go west if we wanted to.
I think we wanted to go this high.
And we could still fit too high for the trains. Yes?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Let me move out of the way.
2.5-ish.
Get into photo mode so I can see what you're doing. There we go.
I'm just showing you the path we'll take. So those are the four directions we're going to go, right?
Yes.
Cool. This side we could possibly go over and then back down. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Okay. That works for me too then.
Yeah, I think that would be perfect. Going up and over a little bit. And having these in the middle. That's fine.
Okay.
Or underneath, I should say.
Did you want this 3 wide or 2 wide?
Whatever you think, because I probably will have quite a bit of trains coming in. That's kind of the plan.
Matter. That doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Okay. I guess 2 wide. I mean, I think that's what you set it up when we did our trial. So, I think...
Yeah, 2 wide's going to be symmetrical.
Yeah, I think that will be good, yeah.
Because I can adjust this one here to be 3 wide, no problem.
Yes, because we did talk about that, so it would split into the 2 and go underneath our buildings over here, which would be a cool little feature. Which was your idea, which I liked.
So, I'm going to set up the first one here. And we're above that stupid thing.
Yes.
And then I want to go this way as far as I can. It might be a little bit steeper, so we'll go here. Hopefully that works. Might have to back it up a little.
Okay.
Do the auto connect. And really? Why?
What's the matter?
When I hit H, it sunk into the water.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Alright, we're good now. There we go. And does that avoid everything? It does.
Nice. Perfect.
Yeah, so that actually looks kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that. Actually, that's pretty cool.
It's a roller coaster.
I do. I love roller coasters, so I'm good with it. You know,
Yep.
It's an alien planet. It could do what it wants.
Exactly. And then from here, I should theoretically be able to connect if it's not too long, and it's not. And keep in mind, directions matter when you're placing tracks down. So I placed it from this side first and connected.
Okay.
Sometimes, if you go the opposite direction, it gets a little funky.
Okay.
But since we're connecting point to point, it shouldn't matter. But if you do curves, it gets funky.
Okay.
So, we're gonna do... How big of an intersection do you want? We did a 6x6 last time. That was a little small.
Whatever you think. If you think it should be a little bit bigger, then go with it.
I think 8 by 8 is probably better.
As long as it can
So
fit.
that's 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, fuck, I didn't count that right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we'll do the same on the other side.
Okay.
So this is just me setting up the intersection. Now we need to do it over here too.
Those are going to have the tracks running
3
on
wide.
the outside ones. Yeah.
Yep. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're just running them through each other. It's not a big deal.
Wait, you're going to put that...
I didn't put it at the outside.
Yes, the outside. There you go.
There we go.
Perfect.
So, you got to think about this like a highway. Okay?
Yep.
If you're coming in this way, you
Right.
can go straight. You need to go right and left.
Right.
So we can start from here,
Okay.
and we can connect here.
Okay.
All right? And then we can start from here again, and we can connect here. Make sense?
Yep.
Now we'll go here, because we got to go to the right.
Right.
Except for some reason the railroad track turns too sharply when I do it this way.
Which
But
is
if I do
odd.
it from the other way,
Yeah.
it works.
That is
That's
weird.
what I mean by the curve is weird sometimes.
Yes, I get you.
So now if we go here, we just need to connect to the outside edge. And then we can do it again here. We'll connect at the end. Then we do it from here. We'll connect to the outside edge. And then the last one. Watch, this one's not going to work. Wait, it actually did. Ooh. And then here to the outside edge. Okay, so we clearly see we have a symmetry problem, and that's because I went 8 by 8 and forgot that I was doing 3 wide for one direction, so I'm going to delete these 6 and redo that. No biggie. We just want to make sure we get 3 foundations after the track. So we'll go out to here. And then we can redo that whole system.
That moved.
I didn't line it up properly, dang it.
Try it again. Just re-say what you were going to do.
No, you can keep it in. I don't care. It's funny.
Okay.
It's funny.
And me saying, yeah, let's just do it again.
All right. Now I got it properly. I actually had to be down here to do it. So I'll just connect those connections up again. Now it should be symmetrical. Let me know you have bird's eye view. I don't.
Yeah, I think why it looks different is also because there's a space between the two where there's no space between the other two, but it's still nice.
Well, it should be symmetrical now.
Well, there's no space between the two on the inside, and there's space between the two on the inside of this one.
So if you put a mirror down one of the middles, it's symmetrical, right?
One of the middles.
Like if you were to
yes.
fold it, it's symmetrical. And then if you were to fold it the other way, it should be symmetrical.
Correct.
Yes, that's what symmetrical means.
I know, it's just not even everywhere. I guess you can't fold it diagonally and be symmetrical. That's what I meant.
That's fine.
Okay.
So, we now have our first connection point in.
Okay.
We should be able to put a path signal on the entrances to each side. I need more train track, though. I have to actually build out some train track here.
Okay.
I will let you decide how you want to do this later, but you might want me to bring it in here. What do you think?
Yeah, probably. It's going to probably have to go over somewhere else. But yeah.
Yep, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we'll put path signals on the entrances to each side. And you want to make sure they all connect to the same point, because it's a lot easier when you set it up that way. And then you want to put block signals on the exits to each side. I put that on backwards. Yeah, you have to kind of be careful how you put them down. And they snap to the end of the intersection.
Oh, the rail.
Yep. So now I'm curious why it's telling me it's wrong. It says signal loops into itself.
Was that because it's too close or no?
It might be too close. It might
Okay.
be one of those situations where it's too close.
Because that one now lights up.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put a block signal further ahead. Yeah, you call me the expert. I'm not an expert. I'm just a little bit good at it.
The last playthrough that we did by ourselves, you learned so much with these trains. It's insane that, like, especially with the block signals and the signals, whatever. You learned a lot, and we did so many trains on one track. It's insane. So yeah, your way expertise is definitely more than us. You know what I'm also thinking too is these tracks don't lead to anything. This one leads to something. And so
Well, that's what I'm trying to simulate here.
And I'm thinking that's why these won't.
That's what I'm trying to simulate.
Right. Well, that's going to be really cool.
Okay, the path signals must be really close to each other then. Yeah, so if you have path signals that are too close, they will not like it. So we might just have to back it up a little bit. And that is not a problem. I should be able to snap here. If I just make a little connection here, it'll give me a snap point. And then I can delete that one. So now I'm snapped here to the path signal. And I can do that to all of these. This one I can actually set up here since I have a snapping point. It gave me a different color, so that's good.
They're still blinking though with the exclamation.
I know. It gave me a different color.
Okay.
So I like that.
Okay.
And here I'll also set another snap point. So yeah, when you have path and block signals, it'll give you colors on your rails. That'll help guide you.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
Yeah. And that worked.
It worked?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So
now that's saying, don't go that way. Don't go that way.
Yeah, when the signals are too close, it causes problems. So if you just back them up a little bit, it'll work eventually.
Oh, perfect. So I was thinking the rail should be around here.
Okay. So you just gotta recreate what you built over there.
Right.
So we're gonna need 1 train station and 2 freight.
Yes.
We might be better off trying to send it this way instead.
Okay.
Are you good with that?
Yep.
Alrighty. This is gonna be tight, by the way.
Yeah. I mean,
This is really tight.
You could probably move it back a little bit. We only need two train things if we need
Yeah,
it.
that's not what I'm concerned about. I'm concerned trying to actually get into here.
Okay.
But we'll try to make it work.
Yeah, I mean, you could back it up a little if you need to. It might help. I don't know.
So, the problem is these train stations are gigantic.
Right.
They're absolutely gigantic.
Yes.
I think we can make this work. We're just going to be really close to the
So
column.
if we actually finish the loop this way, where the junction's going to come around, then it actually could come around and come through and come possibly even off of here and come down into here, right? If I move these stairs or something.
I don't know if you want that, because then you're not going to be able to walk on those stairs.
True.
It'll work here. It's fine.
I mean, I could move the stairs. It's not a big deal, but yeah. All right, let's see.
I think this is fine.
Okay.
So, if you try to connect from that end to a not snapping point,
Yeah.
you see it doesn't want to, right?
Right.
If you start here, you can snap anywhere along the track. So I want it, say, here. And then I can just connect it in.
Is that going in the wrong direction?
No,
No?
because we're entering in from the right. And we're taking off this way because the train station, the front of it is here.
Oh, so it's going to come out here, go that way and come in, and then leave back this way?
Yes.
And then that means you got to connect to this side.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm getting it now. I'm getting it.
So, same thing over here. We would have to start from this side and connect it like that. But as you can see, it's too sharp.
Yeah.
Which is always a problem when you're dealing with really tight spots.
Right.
But if I tried from here instead, it might work. And I stand corrected, of course.
Yep.
I always got to stand corrected. Yeah.
If we can't do it, we could always move the train station to the middle. I have
Nope,
plenty.
I'm just creating a snap point now.
Okay.
So I'm going to try from here. Like I said, the curves are weird. It will work one way and not the other, but this one not so much. Yeah, so this is too tight of a turn. I can't do it.
Okay.
Unless I go further back.
Right.
But then I have to delete the blueprint, which wouldn't be a big deal. So I can do that. And if I just delete the middle rail, no biggie, right?
Right.
There you go.
Perfect.
That's one way to get in. Now we gotta leave this train station. I'm gonna try the tighter turn first.
Okay.
But if this is only a train station for plastic, we don't need to worry about it too much.
Yeah, it's just going to be for plastic and rubber.
So I could make this connection here, but that's a really tight one.
Okay.
Or I could try to go further down,
Let's see
whichever
what
one
happens.
you prefer.
There's pretty good. Somewhere in there if you can.
I'll try here.
Yeah.
Do I hit that rock?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I figured.
Just a little. Is there a spot right before it?
Well, yeah, I can make any spot as long as I'm starting from this side.
Okay. That's it. That works. And it doesn't hit the blueprints or the rock.
Perfect.
Perfect.
And you know, now that I think about it, since this is only for plastic and rubber, I didn't even need this one anyways.
No, you don't. Because it's just
Yep.
going to loop back around that way. It's never going to come
Yep.
from the other direction.
Yep.
And I don't have enough room to add another freight or anything anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It's way too small.
So, on junctions like these, I like to put a block signal. I'll put one there. That one says it's fine. I will... Oh, it's probably because it doesn't know what to do. That's probably why. There we go. It's fine. It figured it out.
Oh, what is this? This
Now
is
that I
gonna
put
be...
block stations further down, you see that?
Yes.
Okay.
Up there.
So
There.
this isn't a true intersection. It's only a one-way intersection.
Okay.
We don't need path signals. We're not trying to tell trains to go multiple different directions.
It's just
Only one
getting
train's
off.
using this.
Yeah, and that one's just getting off, not getting onto the track. That one's
So
getting
all you
off.
have to do is block signals.
Okay.
So a smart way to do this is, you see how it crosses over here?
Mm-hmm.
You put one before. You put one at the end of it.
Okay.
And then you make sure you put a block signal before this path.
So it doesn't crash in as it's crossing
So
over.
it doesn't crash. Correct.
Right. Okay. Because that one would be crossing over, and if you didn't have that one there, it would just have the train coming through.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Now, I want you to middle mouse click on this block signal.
Yeah.
And then look at the tracks. Do you see how they're all different colors?
Yes. There's pink
So-
and yellow and orange. Yes.
So I'm going to explain this pretty simply here.
Okay.
If there's a train on this orange piece,
Yep.
no other train can enter this orange piece.
Okay.
As soon as the train leaves the orange piece, a train can enter the orange piece.
Okay.
Now come over here. So this game is pretty freaking smart about this stuff, right?
Yep.
You see this intersection here? It's all the same color.
It's all red.
It's all red.
Yep.
If there is a train here, a train cannot come through here, and it cannot come through here.
Okay. That makes sense.
And it's the same any other way.
Now, what is the yellow and pink?
That's just a different section.
Okay.
So when you put a block signal down, it puts a new section.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So if you look at the intersection up here, with the block signal in hand,
Yep.
you will see the entire intersection is gray. The entire thing.
Oh, yeah.
So if there is a train anywhere in here, no other train can get through.
That makes sense, because they'll crash.
Except, and here's the weird part. If you have a train here going to the right,
Yeah.
and you have a train here going to the left, it will allow that
Okay.
at the same time.
What about multiple ones making rights?
As long as they will not crash into each other, it will allow it.
Okay. Because that makes sense, because everybody's going to the right, they wouldn't crash, you know?
Yes, that's what a path signal is used for. If those were all block signals, it wouldn't allow multiple trains in the intersection at the same time, even if they weren't going to crash.
Got you. All right.
So what we need to do is we just need to set up these block signals down the line, and then we can set up a train, set it up to automatically collect,
Okay.
and let it go.
All right, so here we go. We'll try it out, make sure it works, and the only thing we got is it's not going to unload and load. This is set to load. The other side is set to unload. I just don't have the plastic and the rubber set up to connect to here, so...
Yeah, this is a little sharp of a junction, but it's what we had, so...
It's fine. It's still a very smooth ride. With a very nice view. And I do like going through that little archway. That's pretty. Gotta get rid of all the extra platforms. Blah, 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 blah. Can't see. Can't speak.
But yeah, there you go. That's basically the start of your train superhighway.
That's gonna be perfect, because I'll be able to add on in so many different directions, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yep, it worked flawlessly.
There we go. So after Jemson and I finished recording this episode where we made the trains, I asked him about this space over here because it was a very tight space and I did want to collect some sulfur. So he told me to try to make a corkscrew railroad track. And, well, I was having a little trouble, but he helped me put this in. So this definitely helps. It connects to our interchange here. I also have one going up to Caterium over there to bring in our quick wire. But if you want, let's take a little ride on here. I'll just kind of hijack a train, or I'll just grab a train. I think we'll just put a train on the stop. But here's the one for our sulfur coming in. There we go. And yeah, this fits in the space perfectly. I actually moved our hub down here, so we have a purpose for underneath here. So that works out really well. But let me connect back to my body, and we'll run in this direction. I think we'll jump up, and I'll just make a train, and we'll put it on there, and we'll take it up the corkscrew, and it's pretty cool. So it does fit really nicely in this area. Here is where the quick wire comes in, and up above is where the sulfur comes in. So let's go ahead and grab a train. Let me go ahead and put one on the track. I guess we'll just put it on this one right here. All right, let's go ahead and hop in it. This is the right way. And yeah, let's take a little ride. And yeah, we collided. Kind of did that on purpose. I wanted to show you how it would work. Well, thank you so much. I mean,
yeah,
this has been
as long as you keep
amazing.
this system up and don't put train stations on the highway itself.
No, I won't do that. Yeah, I like that. And by the way, you have a new series on your channel. What is it called?
Everything you need to know in Satisfactory, where I'll be going over everything in Satisfactory and everything you need to know about them.
That's awesome. So yeah, I'm gonna put a link to your channel down below. Go check him out. He's more the logical one. He's the engineer. He knows everything about numbers, and if you're into the numbers, he's the guy you want to go see. He does all the efficient things. I do all the it'll work kind of thing and get by. So yeah. So thank you again. Thank you. And
Yep.
I will see you next time. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Bye.